Okay, so last week we did a Zoom with Robbie Savage, and Robbie Savage was saying that the most important thing is hard work. And he said you've got to be the first in and the last out, which would imply that doesn't have much balance. And I know that you're big into work-life balance and actually think that it's not about being the first one in and the last one out.
Yeah. Partly, I think I had a tendency, and I still do, of killing myself to try and get my work done throughout uni. I was often, my last final year, throughout my whole uni, I would say, I didn't really have a lot of going out social. Obviously, I did do that occasionally, but I actually got to the point in my life where I think that you need to have some days off in order to be productive during that Monday to Friday. And if you don't have those days off, then you're not starting the week well and your mind isn't fresh and you're not, especially with what I'm doing, I need to be creative and it stops that creativity. I'm tired, I can't concentrate, I need to just have time to myself. So that was my take on it.
But when you first joined, you didn't follow that because you were working from 6 a.m. until 10 o'clock at night.
Yeah.
That was when we launched an online training platform, which Steph was doing all the videos for.
Yeah.
You went bananas.
Yeah, that was tough, and we got it done. I always get it done, but I would say that you'd get to Monday morning sometimes and I'd be so tired from the week before or coming in on Saturday or Sunday that it doesn't start you off well, and you can get easily stressed because you're overtired. Your work, you're making mistakes, or I'm not as able. I find if I've had a good sleep, good weekend, I can solve the problem a lot faster. I can, I've slept. A lot of the time I remember something went wrong and I didn't know how to fix it, and I'd be there stressing. I wouldn't go home at normal times, I'd be trying to fix the problem, and then I'd go home, sleep, have a good night's sleep, next day, able to fix it because I've got a fresh mind. So I think from that, yes, it was definitely necessary to put in those hours, but reflecting on it, I think you definitely need some time out just to get your brain back to...
How old are you?
I'm 24.
You wait till you get to 34, then you need even more balance. So I never had any balance before. I really struggled with it. It was the one thing. I would work like crazy Monday to Friday, particularly before I had kids. I would go out on a Friday night, I would go out on a Saturday night, definitely. Maybe even sometimes a little Sunday session in there as well. And nowadays, I cannot have that Monday to Friday 100 million miles an hour and the nights out the weekend and then still go 100 mile an hour again the week after. So I think I actually agree with you, particularly as I've got a bit older. Monday to Friday, I'm full pelt. I don't need balance Monday to Friday. That's go. But on a Saturday now, I have to switch off. It's got to the extent where, because we're working in a company which has lots of people in lots of different countries, there are lots of people working on a Saturday. I actually have to switch my mobile phone off all day on a Saturday. So I've got a separate mobile phone, which only a few people have got the number for, where there's no work emails. I can still have a little look on Daily Mail if I want to. I can still look at Instagram. I can still order an Uber if I need to. But there's not those constant work, pings coming through on a Saturday. And that just gives me one day off that I can spend with my kids. Then I'm all in with them for the day. On a Sunday, naturally, you have to start doing a little bit of work on a Sunday. We both work a little bit on a Sunday, don't we?
Yeah,
we'll get things ready for a Monday. We'll do a bit, but that's about as much balance as, but I wouldn't have needed that a few years ago. You wait till you get to 34.
I mean, I've seen a lot on social media, like LinkedIn in particular, about not necessarily the hours that you put in, but how productive you are. Like if you're really productive that day, there's no reason why you should punish yourself and do more hours just to show that you've done more hours. If you've been super productive and got your work done, relax, enjoy yourself. You don't. Otherwise, it goes back to my point of just not preparing yourself for the next day. So I think, I don't know, it's more about productivity rather than hours that you put in personally.
I read about the Goldman Sachs interns. Did you read that article? They were complaining a few weeks ago. They were just begging Goldman Sachs not to make them work. I think it was over 100 hours during a week. They're like, please, You know, we're willing to work hard, but 100 hours a week is nuts. I mean, that's crazy, isn't it?
I think isn't that a result of lockdown as well? I think a lot of people are realising they don't just want to work all their lives, that they do, it is their life, they do need to, there is a part that they need to enjoy. Yes, it's great, that's what's so great about working here, you know, it is fun working here, but there is, you know, you need to go and see the world.
Do you think you need less balance if you really love what you do?
Yeah, for sure.
But I love it. This is my hobby. It's my job. It's my hobby.
But it's also, I mean, I love it as well. It's not, I'm going to sound a bit wrong here, but I also saw another quote where it was like, yeah, if it's your business, for sure, like you're going to work all hours of the day to get it to succeed. But for a lot of other people, it's not their business. You're employing them, so you can't expect the same. But I think that's what kind of is different about this industry, because everyone kind of has their own business. I don't know.
So what are we agreeing on
A
here?
bit controversial.
We've actually ended up agreeing more than we thought we would.
Yeah.
I'm saying that balance.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah.
I think I'm saying balance is important.
But
For me, that's just one day where I totally switch off.
I think in order to do that kind of heavy work life, there's got to be a lot of passion and, alright, like dedication to what you're doing. You have to enjoy it. Otherwise, what's the point? If you don't enjoy it, if you don't enjoy what you do, then...
I use performance coach, and he says that success is, let me just remember this, success is 44% action, 56% rest and recovery.
Yeah.
So he says you've got to make sure you rest and recovery. That's more important.
Yeah.
I don't know if he made that stat up. He probably did. Probably made it up.
Knowing him.
Knowing him, Tim Cooper Academy. Probably made it up. But his point is that he always says to me, James, you're better at 80% than anyone else is at 120. So sit at 80% because you'll be able to last longer than trying to go for it like you do, killing yourself, getting burnt out, and then struggling. Sit in your lane at 80.
Yeah.
Pace. All right. So let's agree on that then.
Yeah.
Balance is, it's important, but actually it's about pacing yourself and being consistent.
And consistency, because you could, that's the problem, you can, a lot of the time, like, I also have this weird anxiety when I'm not doing work as well. Like, I do kill myself, so actually trying to develop a business on the side as well, and it's just so hard to, and I constantly, when I am trying to relax and chill out, I'm like, I need to do something, I could answer this, could do this, could build this, or test this, like, it's constant, and that's why I'm starting to realise that I just need to switch off sometimes and zone out and not think about things, because then it will disrupt your sleep, because, well, I don't know, it's getting a bit deep, but yeah, it does, you just start not to function properly, so that's probably why I'm quite keen to talk about this.
I get that as well, so I get the same anxiety, and I got it worse before. So when Tim, the life coach, performance coach, would say, I wouldn't be able to not have my phone on me right now. So when we first started doing sessions together, I couldn't not have my phone here for 2 minutes, like literally 2 minutes, because the anxiety that I'd get, and I don't get anxiety for anything, I don't worry about a thing, except for not having my phone on me. So I would panic, and it's thankfully now 2 years later I'm at the stage where I can not have it for a whole Saturday, no problem. But I get what you're saying though, that those first few months I couldn't have my phone on me for 2 minutes. It was that bad.
Yeah, that's a problem that I think a lot of people are having lately, where they think their phone is like ringing, or they think that their phone is buzzing, and it's not, it's just like...
He would say to me, you run a financial advisory company. Like, if you don't get back to someone in 2 hours, what's going to happen? Like, what's the worst thing that can happen? I think, I don't know, there isn't really anything that bad. So then why can't you put your phone down for 2 minutes? What's the worst thing? You're not a rocket scientist, you're not a doctor that has to be on call to save people's lives. You manage pensions, mate, that's what you used to say, don't worry about it.